What is up guys, Sharpwind here. Guess what I have? It's my own merch. Look, it's got my logo in the front. Also some text at the back. I love it. But anyway, it's not for sale yet. It's literally just one sweater. Anyhow, today you guys voted for animated textures. And that's of course what you're getting today. Too bad I lost my Santa hat. This would be great. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, subscribe now and hit the bell because I got a lot of content for you. And for those of you who are familiar with it, I have a bunch of stuff on screen. I, however, will get started. When you say animated textures, you probably mean something like this. Yeah? Is that so? Well, you probably want more control. Well, you could go to background and mess with the texture animation speed, because this is now very slow. If I crank this up, it's obviously... What the hell, Sharp? Yeah, I know, that's not the control you're talking about. So let me just get rid of this and show you how to actually animate stuff. This is usually done with Adobe Photoshop, but I'm gonna open up Paint.net because it's free so you guys can associate better. Attention, the link for Paint.net will be in the description below. So yeah, let's not make our texture too big or else it might cause a lot of lag. Let's go for 300 by 300. You can go for bigger if you want to, but I really don't feel the need for that. I first want to delete the background. And that's it for now. I'm not gonna make anything functional, but I am going to put a bunch of images on there just to see what happens. I really don't have enough time for this in a tutorial. So yeah, after every frame, I'm gonna add a new layer so I can export them separately. The reason I'm adding layers though is so I can see where the previous one is, so I can draw the next one, and that's very useful. Alright, here's something. It's not the best, my animation teacher would not be proud of this, but it's enough for an example. Now, I'm going to make a new folder on my desktop so I can keep it organized, textures, and I'm going to save every layer as its own frame in the textures folder. So, if this is my first one, File, Save As, open up the textures, and just call it 1, but save it as a PNG. You technically don't need to save it as a PNG, but I want to keep my ball transparent, like background be transparent, so I can see behind the ball in Mine Imator. You don't have to do that, but if you do, go with PNG. After it's saved, just click OK, and then it's gonna ask you if you want to flatten the image or cancel. Obviously, you need to flatten the image for exporting, but then press Ctrl plus Z on your keyboard to get the layers back, because you obviously don't want to lose all those layers you just animated. The image is saved as you see, but you get to keep your layers. Once I'm done with all of this, I want to go to File, Save As, and save it as a desktop, call it Ball. Actually save it in the textures as Ball, but keep it .pdn, so I keep the Paint.net project. So if anything goes wrong, I can just open up this ball and have all my layers and everything in it. Now if I open up Mine Imator and add a surface, obviously, you know about this texture option down here. Don't touch it. We're going to mess with the texture in the timeline because the texture is animatable, and that's how you actually get your animated textures. Go underneath the texture, obviously default none. Alright, I gotta import the textures first. Close the library, open up the resources, click this, add a new resource from a file. Go to desktop, textures, and now select all. You can only do it one by one. 1 second. You're probably saying, oh, what a cool video, and I'm losing my mind here because I didn't have a fast forward button when I was recording this. Anyway, back to the keyframe. You can now choose your texture, so just go with 1. Let's go 2 frames forward and go with 2. 2 frames forward, 3. If I play this now, it's an animated texture in Mine Imator. Let's try to put them closer together because I think it would function nicer. Yeah, I mean, it does look nice. Let's copy the frames and paste them, so... I don't know. Anyway, you're not going to be animating a ball. You're probably going to be animating something more useful, like a flame or some sort of particle effect or anything useful for your animation. So if you want animated textures, you kind of need knowledge about 2D animation. That's just something to take note of. Unless you have a pre-made preset, so that's okay. There is one more thing though, like... While this ball is bouncing, why is the fire animated by itself? Is there a way to do that? Yes, there is. If you want to know how fire works, we gotta crack open a resource pack. Opening my folders, I have a 1.10 default resource pack. The version 1.10 doesn't matter. The file works the same way. Let's go for assets, Minecraft, textures, blocks, And now if we go for fire layer 0 and fire layer 0.png, but it's a notepad file of some sort. If I put this on the desktop, let's go to properties, and as you see, it's a .mc meta file, not a PNG file. I pulled a sneaky on ya. If I open this up with a notepad, it's got some weird code in it. Animation, frames, 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way up to 31, and then just goes back to 0 and to 15. Now, I'm not an expert on code, so I'm not sure exactly how this works, but if you want the textures to be playing by themselves, I need to position all of my textures in a large column of images, and then change this code so it suits that. As I see, this file is going to play the frames from 16 onwards. I don't want that, so let's change this to 1, 2... Let's try this one last time. No, my antivirus killed it! Are you serious? Wait a minute! My antivirus killed my own files, the ones that I made. Okay, so now it should be here. Please don't kill it again. Relocate the texture, and now let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I showed you one way, the texture pack way kinda doesn't work. For all you know, you could just retexture the existing textures and try to use those as your own. I tried to do something here, but I failed. You learn one way, and you can use the other one by using existing textures. I hope I was helpful in any way, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you for watching. Can you stop interrupting me? Delete my files. So yeah, if you want to see more tutorials, join my Discord server and vote for them, because that's where I get my suggestions and my votes. Thank you for watching, and stay sharp.